So you bring up a good point, Bruno. Like in other platforms, forget Office 3, like SAP, Jira, whatever. It seems like
Salesforce.
it's not, unless I haven't been exposed to that as much, it's not as big of an issue. Whereas what we're seeing here, especially working with customers, like once they deployed it, right? It's either one group wants to own it and they don't have full knowledge or full background, or nobody wants to own it. Again, perfect world, we should have like a committee, an Office 365 admin,
Yeah,
but we're not there yet.
and
that's
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 the and that's the that's one of the challenges, right, with the old versus new, right? I mean, we've all been working under the Microsoft stack for years, right? And it's all been, if you worked for smaller organizations, you may have had leadership around a few different parts, right? Where sometimes you find that there's always an AD guy that always does DNS and DHCP and these other types of network services, and there's always like an email guy who kind of
yep.
always handle that because email is the one thing that you'll have your head cut off if it's not running, right? But now where this is kind of the first, I would say, foray into the Microsoft world, having that DevOps agile approach, right? Where I think there just hasn't been a lot of that exposure for folks who've been dealing within the Microsoft stacks, you
hmm
know, in the different pieces, and Office 365 kind of brings that all together, and everybody's like, well, where's my piece? Where's my thing? What do I
Mhm.
give up, kind of thing? And we hear all the time around that retool and, rebrand for folks and things like that. And the ones who embrace it kind of get it. And there's always those that you got to pull from behind, kind of thing, of like, it's going to be okay. You're going to do well. You're going to kind of retool and rebrand as, more of a business guy who also
Right.
does the email piece. So
But it's
Right.
also, it's not just people asking like, what's my piece of the pie, right? One of the reasons, like, and something I see a lot with like the MVP community and the Microsoft community and all these things, there's so many people, they have to reach out into the void to figure out what's going on and to stay atop of what's coming new, because it's just as much, hey, what's my actual responsibility, as like, you talk to a customer and ask them a couple of questions about some features or security aspects of Office 365, and they're like, like, none of us knew about that. Whoa, there's this, and then suddenly they find there's this massive gap in the plan that they've had, and there's catch up that has to come after that, right?